Hello guys, welcome back to an episode review of Hollyoaks for Monday 31st of March 2025. Wow, what an intense episode. And so much drama and chaos following Tony's slap. Now, I don't know why he slapped Arlo. I thought that was just ridiculous because now Arlo's just become the victim, and I really dislike how that's happened, and the fact that the focus is now moved away from Roe when he's been tormented and bullied for months, years probably. I think probably a year now. But I thought that was it's just unnecessary. Now I get there's twists and turns and everything. I just don't like how Arlo became the victim in all this, to be honest. Let's discuss this properly. Marie's, first of all, I'm going to talk about Marie. She's obviously very upset. And again, she's turning a blind eye again with Arlo, the way she did with Abe. And I feel like, if she's been fooled by one son, Abe, and now, that's fine because you can learn from your mistake. But now she's doing the same with Arlo. What I find really ironic is the fact that how she laid into Tony and she had a full-blown heated argument, as you should. No mother should watch her son getting smacked by someone else. Especially she had the problem with Tony, calling Tony a stepfather. I don't know whether you can class Tony being a stepfather if they've only been going out for a few months. But anyway... But that's fine. She's within her rights to shout at Tony and lash out because obviously he was wrong in slapping Arlo. But what I find really ironic is the fact that she did not do that with Abe. When she found out that Abe, obviously raped Perry and did the same with Leela, held Cleo hostage like a prisoner in his flat for months or a year. But then Marie didn't give half of the lip to Abe, not even a quarter of the lip to Abe, as she did with Tony for one slap. Again, I'm not saying the slap was right. It's completely wrong, and I hate how Tony made things so much worse now for everyone because now the situation isn't resolved. Now Arlo's become the victim. Let me know what you thought, guys, because it's interesting. Don't get me wrong. As much of a dislikable twist this is, it is quite. It is pretty. It's very. I'm lost for words, guys. I did not see that coming. Where Arlo's just become the victim. But it does make you think whether Marie's an underlying problem in all this because there's no discipline coming from her as a parent. Because she just believes all her children are angel. I mean, Joel is probably close as the best child she's got because obviously he doesn't harm anyone. The only person that he ever harms is himself when he's on the drug addiction or he's hooked on something. But he's stepped away from it. He's trying to change. He's been through a lot in life. Don't forget. And also, it was a bit funny when Leela asked Arlo about the bullying. Both the mother and son, Marie and Arlo became very defensive, and Arlo's began victimizing himself by saying, "Why are you being mean to me?" I think Arlo is very slimy for his age, and how he's managed to twist the whole ordeal into Tony abusing him is horribly brilliant. It's in a juxtaposition in itself, but that's the best way I can describe it. It's brilliant in the sense that Arlo's managed to think on his feet so quickly and demise such a brilliant story. That's the reason why he was bullying Roe. But it's so horrible because obviously he's the one that needs the punishment, not anyone else. Yes, and Tony needs some sort of punishment for slapping Arlo, but now it's become a whole lie because now Arlo's saying that Tony's abusing him for months. Anyway, they're all moving to Mizbah's house. I don't know how they all have fitted in Leela's house, because you got Diane and her 3 children or 4 children, and then you got Tony, and you got Leela's family, and got Marie and all. I don't know how they fitted, guys. You got Perry, don't forget. Steve as well. I don't know what they did, because you would expect to see some sleeping bags on the floor. Anyway, speaking of Misbah, Donnie is on to Rex now, because obviously Donnie's been watching Trouble following Rex all day, especially with Freddy, and also Steve and Rex seem to be having a bit of a heated kind of interaction in the village, and obviously Donnie's been following that closely. I'm hoping he finds something now, because I don't like how Rex has been getting away with all his crimes for so long, and Grace obviously is just not new, but she returned from retirement to her gangster lifestyle, and she treats Rex really bad, but he's very loyal to her. I hope they get caught, because Donnie's now become suspicious, where Vicky can't get hold of Vicky. He thought she would be with Freddy, but I think, as a detective, he would have been, especially for his daughter, he would have wanted to know where she is all this time. Anyway, the creepy therapist obviously has some sort of obsession with Joe. He has a collage of pictures of Joe in his room, and he's desperately wanting to have some sort of interaction with him, finding some sort of excuse to basically either Joel to come to therapy or something. I don't know whether the therapist knows Joel from childhood, because obviously Joel said that he looks familiar. I don't know if if they know each other from their childhood, but something's not right. Obviously he's now dinged Joel's side mirror or wing mirror in the car park or in the village. Joel finds a note saying sorry and to ring the number. I just found this whole thing a bit unrealistic, but the way Joel answered that phone, and he said hello, and in a very kind of like disturbed or scared way, but at the same time Joel's he's not trying to take it too seriously. I just thought Joel's reaction was hilarious, and the way the therapist said, look to your left, and waved at Joel, and Joel just said, call it £100, and then the therapist said, come collect it from my house tomorrow. Lily has the address. Again, I don't know, I think this scene was not mundane. It was very unrealistic. It was it was a little bit comical. It was a bit funny. Joel's reaction was funny, but that therapist is a bit overly creepy in my opinion. Let me know what you thought of the episode. Very intense. I hope Arlo gets caught. I don't want this to be dragged out. I'll see you in the next episode review, which is tomorrow. Peace.